Hey kids, we're doing something real crazy for me. I just got a text. Anyway, today we're gonna do mini pies, and sorry, we're gonna do I don't. What was I saying? Oh, right, we're doing mini pies, and so our musical selections today are courtesy of Sweeney Todd, the most recent Broadway cast recording, starring Miss Patti LuPone and Michael Cerveris, and a cast of wonderfully, wonderfully talented people. Anyway, we're gonna make little pies because where did I go today? I went to the Targetta, and look at these little things I got. Look, this one's pink, but there are blue and yellow ones too. Get over it. Anyway, they're little ceramic, ashtrays, who knows, but I'm gonna turn them into little pie pans. Great. So, we're attempting the impossible, so you gotta bear with me. Let's start though. Come on down to my board of cuttingness. Okay, so I've got one stick of butter that I cut into little cubes. So basically I cut it down the middle, cut those, and cubed it. Okay, cool, yeah, buenos so far. And now I've got 1 cup of flour in my bowl. And I'm going to add 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of sugar to this flour. I'm going to add about half a teaspoon of salt, sea salt. And I'm going to add, just for fun to give it a little something, something, I'm going to add about a teaspoon. Actually, it's about half a teaspoon, maybe, of ginger, ground ginger. A little bit more than that, because you're not really going to taste it. Okay. And, just for fun, a crack or two with some black pepper. I know, you think I'm crazy, right? Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add the butter slowly. And let's get that out of there. Love it. Alright, so we're going to add the butter slowly, and we're just going to knead this together. I'm going to do about half the butter for now. We'll see how the consistency turns out. Yeah? Alright, so that's about half the butter. I'm just going to... it's going to be grainy. Not granny. Grainy. I hope you enjoy the song stylings of Sweeney Todd. Well, actually, I guess it would be the song stylings of Sondheim, or Patti LuPone and Michael Cerveris. If you'd like some quick trivia while we're doing this, Patti LuPone is one of my other faves, and she is a classically trained actress who never really wanted to be a musical theater performer. It was not her thing. But she fell into it. She was actually one of the first class at Juilliard, the acting school. The first year they did an acting thing there. I know you don't care. Michael Cerveris came to fame from doing The Who's Tommy, the Broadway revival, and I don't know, 92 was it? And then he did lots of other Broadway musicals, and you know, lots of people like him. I'm not for or against him. He doesn't really... Anyway, you don't need to know all this. So do you see, I'm adding all the butter. I'm going to get the rest of this in here. And everyone calls Patti LuPone crazy, but I'll tell you what. The woman has worked her entire life, and she's worked in the theater, and she's totally insane, but that's okay. She deserves to be. There are some people who they can be. They've earned that right. Alright, I gotta get this all mixed together. This is really fun. I don't know what else to tell you while I'm doing this. Do you want to know another little story? Butter's good. Yeah? Okay, now I'm going to get just a little bit more butter, and then we're going to add the water into this. Cool? If you want some cool, since we're making pies, if you want some cool Sweeney Todd trivia, I'll give it to you right now. Ready for this? It was originally done with Angela Lansbury in the role of Mrs. Lovett. Now, in my opinion, Sweeney is a lovely character, but it's Mrs. Lovett that steals the show. She's the star. And Angela Lansbury was just fantastic. And then they did, several versions of it. Patti LuPone did it at Ravinia first, and it was her first real jump into Sondheim, and then, anyway, it worked out for her. And then in the movie, Helena Bonham Carter played the part. And all three of those women played the part completely differently. And all three of the women played it lovely. Played it lovely. Lovely. It was pretty good the way all three did it, okay? Alright, cool. This is coming together. I'm going to add my water, and then we're going to have a dough. It's going to be pretty nifty. So I used about a quarter of a stick of butter. Now we're going to add 2 teaspoons, which I'm just going to use this spoony thing in here because it's going to be better. It's actually an ice cream scoop. So we're going to add 2 ice cream. Okay, yeah, deal with it, people. We're going to add 2 ice cream scoops of cold water. Cool. Now we're just going to bring it all together, roll it out, and let it sit. The butter is cold, so you gotta like push it around. Oh, look at that. You know my measurements are stinky because I am not good at math. Broadway trivia, I'll rock it out. Math, forget it. Unless it's in a Broadway song. And then I can tell you all about it. Now we're gonna have to add some more flour because I overdid it with the butter. See how precise I am? Okay. I added about another quarter cup of flour. That should do it. Oh yeah, that's feeling doughy. Now you still want little teeny chunks of the butter in there. You don't need to mash it all up. Just get this in there like you're doing a nice meatloaf or something. Get all that flour. I think just a scotch more flour will be good to go. But look, isn't it fun to make dough? It really is. What? I don't know how much that was. Did you see? Alright, there we go. That's going to be good. And now I'm just going to put this in some cellophane. And I'm going to let it sit in the fridge for about 20 minutes. And then I'm going to get a simple syrup made up. And then we're going to let that cool. And then we're going to come back and fill our little pies and just be happy as pie makers. Y'all remember the show Pushing Daisies? Yes, it was really good. If you don't remember it, I see why. It was only on for like a season and a half. It was really a good show. And that starred, trivia, Kristen Chenoweth of Wicked fame and many other things. She'd kill me if that was all I was giving her credit for, was Wicked. Look, I don't know what else to tell you while I'm doing this dough. I have to tell you a story, right? Okay, let's get the rest of that flour up in this bizac. Alright, this is gorgeous. Do you hear Patty just blowing it out in the background? Okay. Doughy. Gonna roll it into a nice ball. Okay. I'm gonna actually put it in the freezer for about 15 minutes. Get some cellophane, Mr. Cellophane. There we go. The kids are going to be excited to wake up to little mini pies for their lunch, huh? Excited, and then they're going to be mad at me. Do you want me to gain weight? You really suck at healthy cooking. And then I'll say, well, listen, here's what's healthy about it. You're eating like a normal human being. Real food. Like they did in the days before there were diet crazes. Oh, I'm sure all y'all gonna write me about that now. Okay, I got that dough hanging out now in the freezer, about 15 minutes. Come to me. Hi. Did I scare you with my big head? Alright, let's just do let's get a simple syrup going on the stove top. Get this butter out of the way. Alright. You want to go ahead and do cups, that'll help you. So we've got 1 cup, to turn the sun high. I'm making 6 little pies. One of them is not going to be a fruit pie. It's going to be a white chocolate peanut butter pie. But we're going to do... Well, I need enough to make 5 pies with this. So I did 2½ cups of water. And then we're going to use a tablespoon. Oh, look, I've got real ones that are like measured. We're going to do tablespoon by tablespoon. We're going to see how much we get in here. So come on down. Let's get a little whisk out. Why is the little whisk never somewhere I can find it? Would you like to know that as much as I do? Well, I guess we'll use this one. I got this at the dollar store, by the way. This is the best whisk I own. Okay, so we've got 1 heaping tablespoon. 2 heaping tablespoons. Don't make that face. It's pie. What do you think it was going to be? Of course there's sugar in it. 3 tablespoons. 4, and I want this to be a little bit thicker because I don't have a pie filling. 5. At 5, 6, 7, because I like the number 7. Okay, so what we're gonna do, seriously, if you don't know about Sweeney Todd, you need to get with the program. It's fantastic. And they have available for your purchase the DVD version of the original Broadway cast. Well, it's not original because it has George Hearn in it, but with Angela Lansbury from, I think, 1979. And then they've got the Ravinia concert with Patti LuPone and George Hearn and Doogie Howser from 2002, 2003. And then they have the movie starring Johnny Depp and What's-Her-Snatch, Helena Bonham Carter. So you really should educate yourself on the Sweeney Toddedness of it all. Alright. We need more than that. That's not going to work, is it? We do 1 more, so that makes 8. Do another one, that makes 9. Do another one, that makes 10. Someone out there that does math really well, why don't you tell me what that all equals up to? We're going to see how that works out. I'm going to let it boil away. We're going to give it about 10 minutes, just boiling down. We want it to be a nice thick syrup. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Life goes on, right? Which ironically was another Patti LuPone show, Life Goes On. Anyway, I just had a cappuccino. So I'm just going to stir this. I'm going to use all the frozen fruit stuff that we've got for the pies, so you don't have to get any of that stuff prepped. So we've got the dough hanging out in the freezer. We've got the simple syrup boiling and stirring. And we got me drinking cappuccino and singing along to some Sweeney Toddness. So come back in a few. We'll assemble all the pies. We'll put them in the oven. And we're going to have some little pies. Okay? We'll be back in just a few. Listen, I was just on the phone for 400 hours and did not realize how late it was. My dough is made. Just take a look. It's all kneaded out. See? You see it? Cool. I've got my little cups. I sprayed them with the fake butter. And I put my simple syrup. I've cooled it. And then I've let it sit in these. Okay? I'm just going to get things going. I've got one. This is like 5 white chocolate Reese's peanut butter thingies that are cut up below you. I'm going to move you back here because it's going to be difficult. So I'm sorry for the angles. In a saute pan, I've got about a handful of walnuts. I put some nutmeg, some pumpkin pie spice, some clove, and then some butter. I'm going to heat that real quick and get a banana cut up. I've got my oven on 350. This is the one. Hold on, let me move it over. There we go. Left front. Alright. So let's get, I'm going to cut these little pieces of pie, pieces of dough out. So I'm just going to use a thing and kind of cut them in circles. There's one. Now, they're not perfect by any means.